Hey guys, Dabu 7. Some interesting information here pertaining to this failed missile launch, so to speak, that took place in North Korea. Now, this was kind of surprising, knowing that U.S. warships are sitting right there, and if this thing would have made it up into the air and gone any bit of a distance, they could have shot it down, and it could have really sparked something bigger. But this is what is pretty crazy right here in terms of information. 1 month ago, reports came out that the Obama administration initiated this campaign that they handed over to the Trump administration. They inherited it. This covert action program to remotely manipulate data inside of North Korea's missile system. This is specifically what they were talking about doing. Some can bring up what they've done with the Sputniks and everything else in Iran. But this was different. This is a different program that they had, and they were talking about using it, and then they said in the title of this one link, is it even a good idea? This was out front and center a month ago. Talk of having the power to be able to take out one of their missiles as soon as it starts to leave the launch pad. And it seems like that's exactly what we just witnessed in North Korea. I'm serious. It's exactly what you would expect to see if it didn't. Let's put it that way. Because it's exactly what happened. The tech that they were talking about a month ago, taking this thing out as soon as it goes to lift off, is exactly what just happened in North Korea. To know that they have this ability and we're just talking about it, it would be foolish to turn a cheek to it. Another thing is, I'm not so sure that they would ever claim responsibility for doing this. Ever. I think they would let it go down in the books as a failed test on their behalf and let the world keep talking about that because it gives away their hand, their technology, what they've got. You know, and in any scenario down the road, just say one's got a nuke tip and come to find out that, I don't know, somehow they blew it up on the launch pad or something crazy and get blamed for detonating it or something. Get drug into crazy lines. They're better off keeping their mouth shut if they did it, in my opinion. But the cat's already out of the bag. These things were already talked about in advance. This whole program initiated, put into action. And boy, oh boy, it just seems like this really could have just happened. And this is big. This is showing North Korea, while the mainstream and no one else is even talking about this, is telling them, you can't even launch. We've got you. And remember, I think that they would remain silent. They've blabbed enough about their moves, sending an armada out there and telegraphing all of our moves. So it's interesting, the timing, nonetheless. And let it be known, they've got the tech. So if this happens again, you've got to come back and reevaluate this whole thing and say, okay, what's going on here? This really could be a game changer. Like I said, if they did do it, I'm not so sure they would say a word. Nonetheless, this is some pretty important information in terms of North Korea here and this whole launch. Because just one missile, one strike, one rogue missile could spark everything. And that's the truth. So, interesting developments here. I'll leave a link to this story, and as always, I'll update with new information as I come across it. And if you got anything you want me to talk about or get out there, let me know. Dabu7yahoo.com. Follow me on Twitter, at Dabu7 on Twitter. Bookmark undergroundworldnews.com. And make note, I do have 2 YouTube channels, Dabu77 and Dabu777. Make sure you're subscribed to both. And a shout out to Saving Humanity. And the cat James, he got this information from and sent my way. It's appreciated. Shout outs to everyone out there that fights the fight. This has been Dabu7. Eyes open.